The security guards look stunned at first as they look towards Will, who just shouted out that he, in fact, is Luka Franko. The one guard in front of you, the one that's kind of been doing most of the talking and slipped you guys the $5 bill to go off and get some ice cream and mind your own business, raises an eyebrow towards you, and then, gosh, hey, Marty, did you hear that? And Marty behind the glass is like, kind of squints the glass, like, oh, gosh, I mean, I hadn't seen him in a while. Oh man, I'm calling his parents, and you see him like pick up a phone and start dialing inside the booth. It's like, what, are you okay?
Do I look like I'm okay?
I mean, you look a little upset, but it looks like you're not hurt or anything.
I'm upset because I'm dealing with incompetence right now.
Hey, we're just trying.
Let me in.
I'm just trying to do my job. My job is to make sure that this facility is safe. We're not doing anything
by bribing children. What's your name?
It's Bob.
Bob.
Yes.
Does Bob have a last name? Bob.
He like points to his tag and says Sergeant Richards.
Bob Richards. Nice name. I'll be sure my father knows about that.
Well, I mean, your father's gonna be like incredibly excited to hear that you're here, and you hear a shout coming from the booth, and it's the guy that he continues to call Marty, who looks a little bit older than him. Looks like he's got a little bit of graying hair, and kind of shouts back, "Yeah, Jay's on the phone. He wants to talk to his son." And then he kind of gestures for you guys to all come closer to the booth, and he hands out, it's a corded phone, but he kind of like hands it out underneath the glass.
Oh goodness. So we'll take the phone.
Okay. So Will walks up to the phone, takes it out of the security guard's hand.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Luka. Oh gosh, Luka. Are you okay? What happened? Are you safe?
Not for long. I need to talk to you right now. Please let us in.
What do you mean? Are you outside?
Yes, let us in, please. Tell them to let us in. I hand the phone back.
Okay, yeah. And the security guard's like, oh yeah, he's here at Emegren. Oh, Luka, your father's at home. He's been at home since you've gone missing. Do you want us to take you there? I can get a security escort.
No, we'll be fine.
Gosh, you look a little shorter than I remember. It's been a couple years, but remember when you came to that father take your son to work day thing?
Gravity is very hard on me these days, okay?
How's soccer going?
I made the team this year, so it's going great.
Well, I'd hope so. You were really great. I mean, you were on scholarship, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to lose it, but I need to be kind of safe right now. So either can you bring him here?
Oh, he's at his house. I mean, we've got a security team there, like, heading up just operations just to make sure that the rest of the family was safe in the meantime while they were looking for you. But this is great. I mean, it's so good to see you. I'm sure your family's going to be just, they've been just so worried. I mean, your father hasn't come to work since it's happened, so it must have been something that just crushed him.
He hasn't been back since I left?
Since they've reported you. I mean, it's only been, a day and a half, but, I mean, he hasn't been. He called in.
Have the others? Have the others been here?
Others?
There are other missing people. Have their parents not come in too?
Oh, I think, I don't think they have either, but, I mean, their place of employment this place might also be giving them time off to deal with the coping of, losing someone like that.
So they haven't been here?
They have not.
All right, so I really need this to talk to my father, so I'll be on my way home. Thank you for handling my friend here. He sometimes gets very confused.
He kind of looks and kind of nods. Give me one moment really quick, guys. I'm trying to make sure that my screens are going to be set up correctly because it's not looking like they're going to be when Arthur joins here.
Sorry, guys.
Hello.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
looks like it worked. There we go. Nice. We're back in. I think I got everybody on the right spot. Nice. Okay, so you apologize for Arthur. Oh no, we lost somebody else. No.
There we go.
There we go. Webcam.
My video froze again.
But he nods. Are you sure you guys don't need a ride? I mean, we can take you over in one of the company cars.
No, we know the way. We think it'll be quicker. And yes, that's a dig at you.
Are you sure that you feel safe?
Yes, quite safe. I got myself into this mess and I'm okay now.
Okay. He looks a little hesitant, like... but then kind of sits back in his chair behind the glass.
Can you tell my father we're on our way?
I can do that, but he's going to probably get upset. He's probably going to want us to bring you to his house.
Just tell him we're already left.
All right, kid. He sits back and he gets on the phone. He's kind of mumbling quietly. he's like, you can see he's kind of hesitant because he's like not sure he wants to tell your dad that.
I'm going to get him in trouble one way or the other.
So you guys begin to walk away from these two security guards. The one guy, Mr. Bob Richards over there, is just like watching you guys leave and seems to be like scratching his head a bit on this whole encounter, on what has actually just happened. And then walks up and starts talking between the glass to the other security guard a little bit. You can hear like a eventually you can start hearing like a little shout come from like a phone shout, like as you guys are walking away.
As we walk away, I'm looking at Arthur. I'm like, Keith Johnson.
I mean, it could have been worse.
How could that have been worse?
Hey, we got in, didn't we? It's better that I feed the lion and you feed the truth, and it gets mixed in between the two.
Mm.
Besides, in a way, it worked in our favor, because when you think about it, imagine if, like, we didn't go through all of that, and it made it seem like the only reason I told a lie in the first place is so you didn't get in trouble with your father.
Perhaps. We have their address for where Luka would live, right?
I believe so. I think we had noted it down somewhere.
You guys had the address.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we would start making our way that way. Maybe if it's far away, we would get a car? Ride share?
I mean, yeah.
Do either of you have cars?
No, none of us have a car. We could call well, we could probably call an Uber wheel. I don't think we have the ability just yet.
Well, it's great because Arthur, you have just been given $10 in chat, so you guys can afford the Uber if you.
Seems legit.
So we would head over that way.
All right. So you guys are getting the Uber over to the other residents. We're gonna just as you guys are driving, we're just going to take and for a minute. And Dylan has arrived back at Evie's household with a nice top shelf brand of dog food for Clementine, who has been very, very just not enjoying its time at this current state of residence. When you tried to give it a bath and comb and use the hair dryer, it's not having a good day. So Dylan makes their way back, and you guys are all together. Is there anything that you guys want to do, or are you guys just kind of settling in, trying to get a good night's rest before the next day? I'll leave it up to you guys if you guys want to have a moment here.
I think Evie has probably we've had dinner with her, or I guess we've had dinner after, because I think they were having dinner while we were doing all of this. So we had like dinner after the rest of her family. And I think we're just gonna like hang out.
Hang out? Okay, yeah.
I'm on the floor with the dog. The entire time.
I think Evie's given up on making friends with the dog at this point. It was just like, you do you. I'm gonna work on one of my projects for a while.
Just out of curiosity, let's have Dylan go ahead and make, I believe it's an animal handling roll. I will give you an upshift on your roll because you have top shelf quality dog food with you.
The top-notch stuff.
That's it.
What's the difficulty?
I'm going to say the difficulty on this is going to be, well, the other two kind of irritated the dog a bit, so it raises the difficulty just a little bit. So I'm going to say the difficulty for this is going to be a 12.
All right.
Oof.
No.
The first fail of today.
Yeah, let me scroll this down a bit if I can. Well, I can't because I can't get the chat log to show yet because we don't have everything fully in there yet. But yeah, Dylan rolled a 6, which is a failure. You get the idea that this dog is very picky about its dog food. And you may have not have gotten the right brand. It seemed like it was excited at first about the food, came over to the dish, sniffed around a little bit, grabbed some of the food in its mouth, chewed for a moment, and then just opened its mouth and let it all fall onto the floor. And then just kind of looked at you, tilted its head to the side for a moment, and then went back to its nice spot on the couch, did 3 little circles, and then laid down and just like is sitting there.
Glaring at us.
Just watching all of you, making sure that none of you are making any steps closer to it.
Yeah, see, this is why I'm a cat person. Schrodinger will eat literally anything. Just anything. He eats trash. I try to stop him, but he will eat trash.
At that very moment, the cat begins to eat the dog food that was dropped on
Yeah,
the floor.
yeah. The dog food that the dog chewed up and spit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Well, my heart has been broken, so I'm just gonna go to sleep.
I mean, that's just this particular dog. I'm sure other dogs would be more than happy to eat whatever dog food. I mean, you give it, and you could get like I bet you could keep like a smaller dog in the dorms.
No, that's not a good idea. I mean, I could get my mom to take care of the dog.
Yeah, or you can keep it here.
This is
Well-
just not a very nice dog.
I mean, I'm probably gonna go back to Sweden after everything is done, so...
Yeah,
You
but I mean,
know.
like, just until you, like, go back, you could keep it here.
Take
Nah.
it on a plane ride with you.
That's a lot of work.
That's true, because then they have to do, like, quarantine, and I don't know what the policy is in Sweden, but I know in here, in
Yes.
the US, they have to do quarantine for, like, 3 weeks or something crazy.
So as you guys are making yourselves comfortable, so is my cat. Or you guys just stay in the middle of the screen. There you go. Take off. There you go. We were going to pan to the Uber ride. You guys have a moment before you arrive. I didn't know if you wanted to talk or plan anything before you got there, so that things weren't quite as haphazard as last time.
Planning?
So maybe we should come in with a plan this time.
I mean, in my luck never works out. I mean, look at the game I've been making the last, 2 years, 3 years, and now I'm putting it into uni, and it's just not going nowhere. So I try not to plan when I can.
I think when I talk to him, we should not try to pretend to be his son, because I think he'll notice.
Possibly.
So maybe we can just be friends from school and act like we're worried about him.
Seems like a plan. I'll possibly even keep out for any more of that weird cardboard that we seem to be finding at the moment.
Mm-hmm. And I want to see if there's any type of connection here. What were they working on? Is there something that connects these people besides this company?
Yeah, it'd be weird for Rita to be so specific about technology, but at the same time, there's definitely something involving her.
So eventually we would pull up to the house.
Nope. And before you even get to the house, you notice that as you're going through this neighborhood, this is upscale neighborhood. Some of these houses are mansions. It looks like a lot of the properties are a lot bigger than you would normally find in most residential areas. There's sometimes brick walls around whole property areas, with the mansions just kind of creeping up over top of the walls, with large kind of trees back there as well that you can just see over the fences. So, you know, it's definitely a different scale of residence. And you guys start coming around a corner, and you see it's coming to the address that you got there, and you nice size mansion type house in front of you, with a partial gate in the front. But you notice that there are a bunch of jet black tinted window SUVs parked outside, with the Emegren Tech logo on the sides. And you can see there are people wearing these very clean-cut black suits with black ties. Most of them are wearing sunglasses, even though it's the middle of the night. They have these little, what do they call those little earpieces that go over their ears?
Mhm.
You can see like the one, almost like, it's an FBI agent type thing. And they've got their suit jackets on, and they're just standing there. Nice shiny, glistening black shoes. You can see there's, all genders represented in this, what looks to be some kind of security or investigative force, as they're kind of standing around the front of the property. And the Uber kind of stops, and the driver's like, "You sure this is where you're going?"
I think this is the place.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Sure.
It's okay. You can judge us. It's okay. You can judge us later, guy.
I plan to. Slams the door, and you guys drives off, and you guys are standing there on the street.
Just look at Will. Go. He seems like a nice chap.
Oh yes, I think they're all like that these days. So I would go up to one of the FBI looking security force guys.
Okay. Yeah. You walk up to one of the individuals.
I follow.
Ma'am, is this Luka Franco's house?
Who's asking?
Me, the person in front of you?
And you are?
We're friends. But, you know,
Yeah,
friends of
my
friends.
name's James. This is my buddy Shane. We're friends of Luka's and we're worried about him.
Can make a deception roll.
I think I'm actually pretty okay with this.
Let me see what the difficulty of this is really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Deception. No specialization. Skill shift.
Let me see something.
Are you helping me?
Yeah, I can help.
Yeah, if you help, then that will give you an upshift on your roll, Will. Difficulty on this is... honestly, it's an 11.
Oh.
And normal, not edge or snag.
It would be normal unless you would have something that would give you an edge or snag. Oh.
Oh, 9.
9 is the roll. Sorry, it's not showing up in chat yet. We got to make like 3 or 4 more rolls before they start showing up based off my OBS. But, yeah. She looks at you, and you can't really see her eyes past the very dark sunglasses that she's wearing at night. But a couple of the security officials start walking over. So he's like, if you excuse us, boys, we have an important arrival scheduled for very soon. We don't need any of these distractions.
Is there any chance we could talk with his dad?
His dad is unavailable at the time. Would you like me to take deliver a message?
Oh, well, I don't know about you, but I'll be pretty annoyed with my father if I didn't have any of my friends come around to visit when they were seemingly, possibly going to surprise him. And I don't know about you, but say if I was working for that guy's dad and then the son got angry because of the fact that you won't let us in, wouldn't that put you in trouble?
He just stares at you. And then the woman looks at you and says, look, we are in a very, very tense situation right now. A child has gone missing. Several children have gone missing. We can't trust anyone right now until we know more. So why would we trust you? And they all stare at you, Arthur.
I mean, it's all part of a big surprise. I mean, you wouldn't know, obviously. But by any chance, did you see any sort of, cardboard cutouts that we may have left behind when we were last here?
Cardboard cutouts? What are you talking about?
You know, a couple cutout, like me, 2D.
Why would we have any interest in cardboard cutouts?
Part of the surprise. Come on, guys. Seriously, his son didn't tell you anything. Our mate did not mention a single thing. We're surprised you didn't know.
So
They look very
while
confused.
they're having that conversation and hopefully being very confused, does Will see anyone not in that FBI security guard garb or in or around the house, like a silhouette in the window or anything like that?
Make an alertness roll for me. I'm going to say because it's dark that it's going to be a downshifted roll.
Okay.
Downshift 1. And it's going to be hard to see because they do have a fence like around the property. There are, landscaping elements that would kind of block your view a little bit. But go ahead, you can make the roll anyway.
Difficulty?
I'm going to say difficulty is going to be a little bit more, it's going to be 14 on this roll.
And if it brought me down from a D2 to a normal, it would be with a snag then, wouldn't it? Or is that still normal?
Snag, that's correct, yeah. Snag.
3.
Okay.
So on a roll.
It's the middle of the night, it's dark. You're feeling you're starting to sweat because you're feeling this pressure now that all these security are standing around you and just staring at your friend who's standing right next to you. It's just things haven't really gone your way this evening, Will, and you're starting to get a little frustrated.
Will is going to yell at the top of his lungs, "Mr. Franko, I'm one of Luka's friends. I might have information about him and I need to talk to you."
Security guards all start turning their heads to you right away. Like, why are you yelling? Why didn't you say you had information? What information do you have?
That's for his father only. Let us talk to him now.
They all kind of talk to each other. One of them gets on the earpiece, and you see him like whispering into like just a pocket, like just. And that happens for a moment, and then a couple of the security guards disappear within the gate. Just a minute later, a couple come back out. Okay, we've arranged a meeting. You'll just come this way. You are
finally some sense.
You are at no point permitted to step foot in the residence. Front porch only.
Front porch only. Understood.
And
Snack?
Looks directly at Arthur, pulls down his shades for a moment. We've got eyes all around this place, kids. Just know that. Eyes all around this place. Any funny business, you'll find yourself being tossed over this gate. Understood?
Which way?
How far?
He smirks at you. He goes, "For some reason, I like you, kid, and I don't know what it is." And then he pulls back up his shades, kind of like gives you kind of like a almost too hard like smack on the shoulder, Will, and you guys kind of start moving into the gate and walk up a kind of like a nice stone path that leads up to a very nice front porch area, kind of like a curved front porch area with these pillars standing there, kind of like a chandelier front porch light that kind of hangs up there. Like, it's a really nice establishment. Lots of money into this place, and you can see there's a couple security guards standing on the porch and another male individual who seems to be dressed businessman-like, but in shambles. Like the tie is loosened, the collar is, the top button is unbuttoned. It just doesn't look like, the well-kept individual. Hair is kind of shorter but messed up at the top. And see, this person has been having a really hard time. And you guys both approach, and one of the security guards is like, Mr. Franko, these are the two friends of your son that wanted to speak with you. And he kind of looks at you. He doesn't recognize either of you, and just gives you a very, puzzled, quizzical look as you guys are standing on the porch.
We're friends from school. We haven't met you yet. Hi, my name's James. This is Shane.
Hi, James. Hi, Shane. Would
it be possible to speak with you in private as I eye the security guards?
He looks at you and says, unfortunately not at this time. I'm being well guarded by by our security forces at Emegren due to the circumstances. But you know where my boy is?
What's the circumstances?
Well, my son's gone missing. He's been missing for, gosh, probably a day and a half now. No word from him at all.
So,
The police.
a few
are
of
on
our
us.
friends. And have they found anything yet?
Nothing so far.
So, this may or may not be helpful, and maybe you'll want to hire us to be your investigators after this. I don't know.
College kids as
What-
my investigators? I've got this whole force here, but it sounds...
Look, we're the
They
president
must
and
do.
vice president of Angel Grove University's junior detective team, so we're pretty good at what we do.
Wow, that's incredible. But
We're still learning, but we have some ideas, and I wanted to talk with you about them. So, there's more than a few missing people right now. Am I correct in that?
yes, a couple others from our company are going through the same thing that I am right now. It's discouraging and it's terrible.
Arthur gets out his phone and looks like he's taking notes.
And so we have missing people all tied to this company. In your mind, why would that happen?
Well, that's what this Emegren force is for. We're trying to figure out why.
And when
And you
was he
have-
last seen?
I'm sorry, you. I couldn't tell what you said,
Oh.
Arthur. If you were.
And when was he last seen?
Well, he didn't show up for soccer practice. And Luka loves soccer. I mean, he's always been top-notch player.
So all these people we have, and no one saw him last.
From what I was told, that the last place that he was seen was at the job fair on campus.
I see.
Yes. And
I'm just gonna.
are all of the... Go ahead.
Were you guys there that day? Were you hanging out with Luka during the job fair?
I was with him the day prior. Everything seemed pretty fine. He seemed happy.
That's.
But in
odd.
terms of connections, you all work here. Are you all working on a project together?
He looks over at the security guards and looks at you and says, "Well,
I'll take that as a yes.
I can't really say too much on it. It's classified. But yes, we do work under the same department."
Is it possible someone wants something from you? Or something that you're working on?
That's possible.
And I'm not talking about who, but what right now.
That's possible. It's very possible. It's just I don't know what exactly. Which is why we've got this force here, to make sure that we have the time to figure it out and to just return our loved ones. I mean, gosh, these are just kids.
When's the last time you've heard from him?
I think it was the well, he spoke to his mother the morning before the job fair.
So out of character, I'm trying to see if he's going to bring up that he's on his way here right now from the phone calls, but
Was it?
no.
Yeah.
You're getting,
Those are
you're
character.
getting, you guys would automatically like get the vibe that he's deliberately not telling you everything. Like you don't even have to make an insight check or anything like that to tell this. I mean, he's tight-lipped on everything because your two university students are claiming to be friends of his son, and he's got it. It obviously looks like he's got a force already on what you guys are doing.
Can I see if any of them look shifty? Like, 'cause,
Absolutely.
Like,
Go ahead and make an alertness roll.
cool.
Difficulty on this is a 13.
So no specialization. Skill shift change.
No skill shift change unless you would have something that would benefit you for that.
Difficulty 13. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna have another red number?
Probably.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
They all look pretty legitimate security to you, Arthur.
Fair enough.
So I was hoping.
Before I forget, chat gifted a player inspiration to Arthur
Yay.
for your cardboard castle or for your cardboard cutout impression.
So Will is acting like he's a little defeated right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was just hoping that I could be of help. I saw him before he went away, and I was hoping that would be new information, but it doesn't look like it was, and I just want to help find my friend. What can I do?
He kind of looks at you, and he looks like he does have like a little bit of, compassion in his face for a moment with that statement, and he says, "Look, if Luka reaches out to you, do me a favor and just make sure he knows that we care about him and we want him back home. So whatever you can do to, if he reaches out to you, if he reaches out to anyone you know, we just want to make sure he's safe. That's how you can help
We'll
us."
try.
Mhm.
And could we, by any chance, I'm not sure if this is appropriate, and I'm sorry if I'm asking, but do you have either your number or these guys' number that we can contact if we do hear something?
Oh yeah, sure. I will give you yeah. He says that he writes down the name of one of the guys that are next to you, like the agents, like writes down his name as actually the female that you guys originally like started talking to, Elena Hurst, and writes her phone number down and hands it to you. Actually, it's probably on like a really nice Emegren Tech security business card. She probably just like pulls it out of her jacket and gives it to you.
Watch that have a tracker in it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one more thing as well.
This card will self-destruct in.
I'm gonna just one quick thing. By any chance, have you seen any like cardboard cutouts, maybe at home, around your workplace?
He looks puzzled. He doesn't seem to. He looks just like, kind of shakes his head. I mean, we've had them before, advertising things in the company lobby before, but.
What about ones that seem a little bit heavier than they should be?
Oh, these ones were made out of cardboard. The little flap and stand on the back and everything.
Would you be able to do us a favor?
What would that be?
If you come across any, would you mind contacting us?
Sure. Are you recycling them?
Let's just say we have a heavy interest in them.
Oh.
We make movies. We're also part of the art team here at the university.
I heard that that you can use those cardboard cutouts to make like crowds of people whenever you're shooting movies and stuff. So that makes it look like there's a lot more people there than. Oh, great!
And the more lifelike, the better.
So you guys are detectives. You're shooting movies. What can't you do?
Infomercials.
College is rough these days. You have to be involved in everything.
Got it. Well, hey, keep up the great work.
Thank you. We hope to be in touch soon, and I hope he comes back home.
Oh, and I
too.
give him my number as well. Just sort of like message the one using the number he just gave us.
Okay, gotcha. Yep. So they take your number as well. All right.
All right.
The security force kind of escorts you off the front porch as Jay Franko enters back to the front door of his mansion with his security guards present. And they kind of release you out onto the street and carefully watch you. As it seems like the rest of the security guards seem like they're just anticipating something. Like they're anxiously waiting on something to happen.
And I'm gonna just like go round the corner quickly out of sight.
Okay.
Gonna quickly
follow him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly call Alpha. Alpha, I know this is probably not your sort of thing. Oh wait, Alpha?
I'm here,
I'm so
Rangers.
used to using, there we go. So used to using phones, Will. Alpha, don't suppose there's any way that you can use the viewing globe to keep an eye on the gentleman we've just been seeing?
I will do my best.
Thanks, Alpha. Something seems off with them, and it'd be good to get updates on what exactly is going on. Because they seem very anxious, as if they're expecting something.
I will keep an eye on it here from the command center, and I will let you know via your communicator if anything happens.
Thanks, Alpha.
And then I would use communicator. Evie, are you there?
Evie, your communicator activates.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
So we did the thing that I said I wasn't gonna do.
What? You lied to me?
No.
I didn't. No, I just went.
But you said you weren't gonna do something, and then you did it. That's a lie.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're
I forgive
safe.
you 'cause we're
Everyone
best
is
friends.
fine. So we went to Emegren and we encountered
really
some
late to
security
go.
guards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all were right. Didn't really get very far.
I do like hearing that.
Yes, I know you
I
do.
like that I'm right. I like hearing that. That's the part that I like.
But then we talked to Luka's dad,
Okay.
and he has a very large immigrant security presence outside of his home.
Uh-huh.
They know a lot more about what's going on than we know right now, and I think we need to
Yeah.
know that.
Well, I mean,
I
it makes
have-
sense that they'd have security because it's a really like high tech. You usually guard your tech pretty heavily.
Yes. I don't know if you have access or if you're willing to do this, but I have a name and one of the phone numbers of their security people. Is it possible to find out what they know from that information?
You want me to like tap their phone line? I could try that. I'm not good with phones, but I can try it.
So, like, I'm just amazed that it's more about the ability versus the ethical.
Evie assumes that anything you guys want to do is good because you're her best friends.
So Will would relay that person's name and phone number to see if we can find anything.
Oh, and I add into it. By the way, make sure you're not exactly able to get traced back, because if
Wait,
they find out that
was Arthur there too?
Yes, he's with
Oh.
me. That was not planned.
Okay.
Yes, so I did not coordinate with him. He just showed up.
I'm just impressed he didn't manage to make them think that he kidnapped their son, because that was the last thing he did. Was the other lady thinks that he kidnapped her daughter. So I'm
Speaking of
impressed.
which-
Good job, Arthur,
Speaking of
for
which,
not looking like a kidnapper.
I'm taking that dog home tomorrow, so don't get too attached. If
Oh no,
another
it
phone
hates
call,
us. It's fine.
if I get another phone call from that guy, I'm gonna end up in a wanted poster.
Yeah.
Arthur?
Wait, you still
What
have
is
that
it?
phone? Get rid
What-
of the phone.
Arthur, I think you may have gotten us in trouble just now.
Why?
Yeah.
You gave them your name and number. What name did you use?
Don't worry, I used my other phone.
But what name? Was it Arthur or Shane?
Shane.
Okay, good.
I just give him a number. I didn't give him
Wait,
a name.
there's more lying? You guys, I gotta be honest, I'm real not good at lying.
Leave that to me.
Okay.
Not Arthur, though, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, well,
I'll tell you about Keith Johnson a bit later.
who's Keith Johnson? Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna try and tap this phone line.
Yeah.
God, this is
Let us
not
know what
gonna
you
go
find.
well. This is not.
I'm heading back to the dorms.
Okay.
Yeah, I head back to the dorms too to go sleep.
Okay. So are you gonna work on this right now, Evie?
Actually, can
you
I
gonna wait
just
till the
call them
morning?
on my phone instead of the communicator real quick? Because I feel like we're using the communicator improperly at this point. So I'll just like do like a phone call with
you
the
guys,
guys.
you guys can communicate via communicator. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just call them back. Hey, should I also maybe try to like get security footage inside of Emegren if because I feel like that would be good, right?
Yes, but any phone calls or text messages or files based on that number first. And if we have reason to go deeper, then let's.
Do you know what area that he works in?
I tried getting that information, but he told me everything was top secret and confidential.
Oh wait, I found that last time, right? Because I looked up their stuff on the website. Wasn't he one of the like?
He's a higher up, but it didn't sell you exactly like what department. You know?
Okay. I think I have an idea of what department they probably work in. So because I know they work with space tech. So I feel like I could maybe narrow down where to look for security cam footage. Okay. All right, I'll do the phone thing first, and then I will. You know, I should go to my lab. Hey, Dylan, Beatrice, do you guys want to come with me to back to the lab? Because we're in my room right now, but we could. I feel like this is probably not the best place for me to do like secret
Want
stuff.
to explode your room?
Oh no, this shouldn't explode anything. But it maybe I don't have all the stuff that I need.
Doesn't mean it won't.
True, but this is lit. Usually the explosions are when I'm working with like mechanical stuff, which is my actual job. This is more like like software versus hardware, if that makes sense. So like software stuff doesn't usually explode. I guess there are ways that you could make it explode, maybe?
I mean, we
Evie just gets
better
very
go with
lost in thought.
either
You can tell her
way.
train of thought is going on. Like, how would I make things explode via software?
Let's put that aside for now. You can.
I feel like there's a way you could do it, but I just don't know what it is. But that's a project for another time.
Yeah. Also,
focus on the
no
task.
way am I letting Arthur take this dog back. I'm taking the dog back to its family because he made a whole mess of that phone conversation, and if she shows up there, they're gonna have
arrest him. Yeah.
Or something.
For kidnapping. Yeah.
So, I don't want that to happen to him.
Maybe we should do it in the morning before he comes over. And we'll just like real quick, or we don't even have to like officially return the dog. We could just put the dog like in their yard, and then they notice it, and they're like, "Oh, you came back!" Like a Homeward Bound kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, if it ran off from the beach,
that's our next RPG spin-off that we do with this group. Is
I'm about it. Let's do it.
You're all little
like
puppies trying to get back home.
The dog.
No, I'm gonna be a cat.
You can be Schrodinger.
Excellent. Well, as you guys are having this conversation and heading back down to the lab, and Will and Arthur are headed back to their dorm, that's where we're going to end this episode of Proficiency Power, right here at Proficiency Bonus.